Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your December 2016 Tarot Forecast with me. My name is Brooke. This reading is for all those born under the sign of Sagittarius. Please watch for your sun, your rising, as well as your moon sign in this video. Also, please be aware that this is a general reading and may not apply to everyone who is watching. If you'd like to book a private session, check out my website in the link below. In the description box, all my readings are 25% off for the month of December. So Sagittarius, let's begin. I've already pre-shuffled your cards for this month's reading. So let's lay them out and see what's in store for you for December. Also, I do want to mention that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be coming out with your 2017 general horoscope readings. I probably will not do a mid-month reading for the month, as I've already been a bit delayed in getting your monthly readings out, but most likely your 2017 general horoscope readings will come out in the next 3 weeks for 2017. So make sure to come back, check them out when they do upload, as well as subscribe if you already haven't, because you'll get automatically notified of any new videos. So let's begin, Sagittarius. We have a major arcana card in your theme or the atmospheric elements position for the month, and we see the sun. So the sun really signifies for Sagittarius this month that good times are to be had for you. There's reflection, there's positivity, there's success, there's some form of breakthrough, reawakening, and this also is a yes card for Sagittarius as well. So your month is really kind of like bam, it can't get any better than that, and you're feeling pretty good you're feeling pretty good despite circumstances in your life, especially coming out of the most recent past. It's almost as if you're bound and determined to be positive, to remain upbeat. Many of you all may also be doing a lot of self-care, exercising, getting good sleep, taking vitamins, eating well, holistic therapies, doing whatever you can to enjoy the outdoors, to really be out in nature, and to refrain from letting things get you down, especially if you've come out of a period where there's been much restriction. So Sagittarius, you're feeling pretty happy for the month of December, and you're progressing, and you're also as if you're rejoicing in life in general and trying to remain very, very positive. So the things are looking up for you for the month, which is fabulous. And it's also a good time for you to reflect upon 2017, or I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. We're still in 2016, and reflecting back on those lessons perhaps that you've learned for the year, because it's brought you to where you are. Okay, so jumping forward, we see the Eight of Swords coming out of your most recent past. This is a card of restriction. Excuse me. This is also a card of feeling stuck or trapped. So out of your most recent past, Sagittarius, I got a tickle in my throat. Many of you may have felt stuck, trapped in a situation, feeling as if, you're restricted by certain circumstances, restricted by certain relationships, restricted by certain boundaries put upon you. And you're coming out of this, okay? And you're realizing that a lot of that entrapment was mental. And that's perhaps where the release came from of freedom for you, especially with the Sun card. That you've somehow transitioned into knowing that all along you had the key, or all along you had the key to your restraints in terms of freedom, in terms of walking out of something, in terms of being released from something. Maybe perhaps many of you have been released from relationships, been released from certain jobs, been released from certain circumstances. Whatever you have walked away from or been actually released from, is supposed to happen. Okay, it's the cycle. It's almost predestined. And many of you have come to terms with this, especially in the last few months, perhaps, of embracing this change. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The following card that we see is another major arcana with the Wheel of Fortune. So this is in your present position. This is very much about destiny, karma, predestined events, synchronicities. This is also a card of the cycles are turning. Your luck is changing as well. It's almost as if where you are is where you're meant to be right now. Many of you are embracing this change. Things also could be happening in synchronistic cycles, synchronicities. Many of you may have noticed a certain pattern that's going on in your lives, that signs, symbols that are kind of pointing you to this is where I need to be in my life. And perhaps that's for you, is confirming this change in your life. And there's many interesting elements to this card because you're definitely on a cycle of change of some kind, Sagittarius, that's going to take you into new territory. And it's going to take you, or it's almost as if you're climbing the ladder to a plateau, or to another stage of your life. Many of you, once again, some form of transition, some form of movement or cycle or pattern, or I just get the sense that for Sagittarius, many of you are moving out of something, and it's like you are taking steps to progress forward to an actual completion. That doesn't mean that the day-to-day events of your lives are going to magically change, but you're moving out of them and you're moving forward, and you're making sure that whatever you stand for, you're not going to back down, because you have the Nine of Wands in your challenge position. This is a great card of strength and reserves. Okay? You're keeping a watchful eye on a certain situation, but you're also realizing that, you know what? I'm not going to budge from what I believe. I'm not going to budge from what I know is right. I'm going to stand my ground, and I'm going to protect what is mine. So many of you, the challenge could be doing that. The message is to not allow anyone to sway you. Do not allow anybody to sway you from this feeling to going back into this restricted feeling from the most recent past. Many of you may have your armor up this month of December, and it may also have a lot to do with fire sign energies, with the prominence of wands in your reading. It's a generator. It's a creative type of energy. It's passionate as well. So many of you may be taking on or dealing with passionate type of energies, but you're standing your ground and you're not going to let anything sway you. It's as if you're building a fortress around what is yours and protecting what is yours. And that's in your challenge position. So you have a lot to fight for this month, Sagittarius, so just keep that in mind. Now, moving forward in your outcome position, we see the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands can be a great card of burden and a great card of taking on too much responsibilities or shouldering the burden of some kind, or having something weigh you down. Yes, this month doesn't mean that everything's going to be wine and roses, but it's also you're taking it to task, okay? Especially with the Nine of Wands next to this card. You're taking it to task. You are saying, I'm going to take responsibility for my role in this, and if it continues to be the cross that I should bear, I will continue on, especially going into the new year. But nothing is going to back you down, Sagittarius. That's the feeling that I get, because it seems as if you're ready to move on, and you're ready to fight, and you're ready to keep what is near and dear to you, and to remain very positive, because you have good energy and good mojo, especially with these two cards in your reading, in terms of getting through this situation. So there's many blessings on your side this month. It's very much predestined, I think. It's very much a part of your cycle. And I think for the next 10 weeks going into the year of 2017, you may be still having to fight for something or to carry the weight of something, but you're bound and determined to carry that weight and to bear that cross. So good luck to you, Sagittarius. Have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I will be back in a few weeks for your 2017 general horoscope readings. Take care, Sagittarius, and I'll speak to you soon.